Sure.
After Carnivore, did you have a vision for what you wanted your next band to be or accomplish?
Actually, after Carnivore, I was thinking about becoming a New York City police officer, which is the truth. And I had shaved all my hair off, and I was prepared to give up the rock and roll lifestyle to, pursue something a bit more traditional and maybe more money making. But I realized that I'd be locking all my friends up doing that, so I did not become a cop. And oddly enough, it was Sal that actually formed Typo Negative, because he used to take drum lessons from former Carnivore drummer Louie. And after Carnivore broke up, Sal asked me if I wanted to do a project. And I said, sure, why not? I was friends with Josh. Sal was friends with Kenny. I had a couple of songs left over from Carnivore, and we got together, we rehearsed them. It didn't sound too bad, so we considered ourselves to be a band.
Okay. If I were to give you a song title, could you tell me what was involved in creation, like the thought behind your lyrics and stuff? Well, I guess we start off with Christian Woman.
I believe Christian Woman is probably based on my on my strange Christian background, where it turned out that everything that was natural had to be a sin. And so I didn't want to write the song about myself. So, because my life is really boring, actually. So I figured I would make the song a bit more sensual and make it about a woman, about a little girl who, at the age of like 13 or 14, when she enters puberty and she starts to have sexual feelings that she has to repress because she's been taught by her parents that these feelings are bad, they're wrong. Of course, these feelings have to come out in other ways. So as she's laying in bed every night and she's looking up at the cross on her wall, she starts to fantasize about having sex with Christ. So that's the song in a nutshell.
What about Black Number One?
Block number one is actually based on an ex-girlfriend who asked me to have sex with her while I held a mirror over my face so that she could watch herself come. Now, I didn't want to put that in the song, and I may add that I would have told her to go fuck herself, but she did that already. So I just threw her out of the house, and she was like this real goth bitch, I mean, not that I have anything against goth women, but she was like a total cliche, with the clove cigarettes and the patchouli oil and all this other shit. So there you go.
Getting back to Christian Woman, who decided what lyrics would be changed for the radio version?
The record company asked me to change the lyrics, and so I went back and forth with them. I gave them like a few different choices of what they wanted, stuff that I had written, like alternate lyrics, and they chose a couple of things. I said, fine. I went into the studio and I redid the vocals.
Yeah, you can tell where you've redone them. Your singing style's a little different over top of them. Did you want to make it apparent where there was changes?
No, I think I was just in a different mood that day. I don't know.
How about unsuccessfully coping with the natural beauty of infidelity?
I know you're fucking someone else. Once again, another ex-girlfriend song. Basically, all the songs on Slow, Deep, and Hard were written in one night. When I broke up with this girl, and I really didn't want to do it, actually we were having problems, and I figured I would teach her a lesson and break up with her. Well, I broke up with her, and I thought that she'd come running back. Well, she went running back, but not to me. She went running to someone else. So that was a real kick in the ass. And so I was feeling all sorry for myself, and had a nice bottle of dry red wine, lit some candles, and I sat down in my basement and made a fool out of myself, and wrote some of these stupid songs. And getting back to your question about fucking someone else, that's where it comes from that night.
So then basically everything on the album's an extension from this girl?
Pretty much, and like I said earlier, my life is so boring that if I don't exaggerate, I'll be writing songs about the lousy fucking lasagna we just had. So I take some of life's experiences and I dump them all into one song, or maybe I just exaggerate or put some of my friends' experiences into it.
What led you to do Summer Breeze?
It happens to be one of my favorite songs, and incidentally, I'm talking to the record company now about doing an album of all my favorite songs, which are like these kind of like laid-back 60s songs. And I will not mention any of them because I'm afraid that somebody's going to go and steal them. But it's in the works.
Okay. What does 30IF stand for before Too Late Frozen Order?
Well, on Slow Deep, oh wait a second, on the last Typo Negative album, we were trying to make fun of like the whole like noises art scene, where people just throw like 55-gallon drums down a flight of stairs and call it art. So we made up this like noisescape type of thing where I was supposed to get killed on a motorcycle, and I would have turned 30 if I didn't die. And we were going to try to do this whole like in a Paul McCartney thing, like Peter's dead, and you know, drop hints, you know, Peter's dead as nails, and try to rocket the record sales.
You've mentioned in some previous interviews that you're unhappy with some parts of the new album, like time changes you said were wrong, or things out of tune, off-key singing. I don't want you to go into that because I don't hear it. I don't want to hear something you're dissatisfied with. But can you give me some things that you do like about the new album?
There's really not too much I like about it. I've listened to it maybe 2 or 3 times since we did it, and like I said before, all I hear are errors. I cringe every time I hear the album. So.
But then playing the songs live, you like that a lot better?
I don't like playing live either. I feel like a clown on stage, like some trained circus animal. And I only do it because this is probably my only chance out of Brooklyn. So, there you go.
Are you happy with the way the first album turned out?
Of course not. That album was actually a demo that we sold to the record company for $31,000, which we only spent a few $100s on this stupid demo. So, of course, we took the money and split it up and spent it on stupid shit, you know.
How many shows did you record for the live album?
The Origin of the Feces, but that was not a live album. That was done in the studio. That was to rip off you, the consumer.
I see, okay.
Actually, what had happened was we had some problems over in Europe, which made us very famous and made us a lot of money. And the record company, being that they are here, of course, to make money, realized that they should ride this wave of, you know, popularity. So they wanted us to do a live album. And we are really bad live, as you will see in like 3 or 4 hours. So we decided to go and take the money and go into the studio with our friends and just simulate a live recording.
Well, you did a pretty damn good job.
And so that thing is just like all sound effects records. Everything was actually taken from experiences that did happen in Europe, like, you know, getting hit in the face with a bottle, fighting people on stage, police coming in with dogs, soldiers coming in, bomb threats. Those are things that really happened. They were just...
Chance of you suck.
Yeah, that's true too. And so we just compressed all the stuff that happened over a 3-week period into 40 minutes or so.
Well, getting back to that, I thought your singing was great on that album. And then an extension of that, you got better for Bloody Kisses. I really enjoyed that.
Well,
What you gotta say? Say whatever you want, but just include that stuff. Frostburg? Yeah. Rolling? Yeah. This is Gary Holt from Exodus, and you're listening to WFWM 91.1 Frostbitten Frostburg. Thank you. Identification for us. Just say who you are. Yeah, WFWM 91.9 Frostburg.
You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Hi, this is Tom from Exodus. You're listening to WFWM 91.9 in Frostburg.
Cool, thanks a lot, man.
you know, such as myself, in writing a song, would write a song called Fucking Someone Else. But I don't know, the future looks black.
What is the album cover for your first album, Especially Slow Deep and Hard?
It's a penetration shot, a penis going into a vagina, and it's enlarged so much as to look like artsy. Like that whole thing was just a goof on what people, consider art. Both visual and sonic. We just try to make a goof out of everything.
Well, in doing so, you've made some pretty good albums. Yes, me.
Can't understand it. I think these people have to have their hearing checked.
That's pretty much it. Any last words?
Don't believe everything you read.
Okay, thanks.